Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make Piman Bouk, which is Haitian hot sauce. Some people also call it Konfi. You can use any size jar or bottle depending on how much you want to make. You just have to adjust the recipe so that it fills up to the top. To get an idea of how many scotch bonnet peppers you'll need, you can fill up about 3/4 of the jar with the peppers and then take them out of the jar so that you can get started. The main ingredient in Piman Bouk is obviously scotch bonnet peppers. I always use the same jar, so I know that I need 1¼ cups of scotch bonnet peppers. Don't worry, all of the ingredients will be listed in the description box. You need equal parts shallots, garlic, and parsley. I'll be using 8 small shallots. If they were a little larger, then I would use 7 since I have 7 garlic cloves. When I slice the shallots and garlic, they equal about 2 tablespoons each. So I'll be using 2 tablespoons of parsley to match the shallots and garlic. I used 3 teaspoons of salt, not just what you see here, which is only 1 teaspoon. Lastly, you need sour oranges. I used 4 sour oranges because 3 wasn't enough. After washing and peeling everything, you start with the scotch bonnet peppers. I always wear gloves during this step because the scotch bonnet peppers are very spicy. First, remove the stems from the peppers, then cut them in half and place them into a bowl. Now move on to the shallots. Cut them into thin slices and add them to the same bowl. Then you do the same with the garlic. Cut them into thin slices and add them to the bowl. Now add the parsley leaves to the bowl and mix everything together. Now it's time to juice the sour oranges. It's best to use fresh sour orange juice, but if you cannot find sour oranges in your area, then you can use the bottled sour orange juice that's usually in the international section of the grocery store. There are way more seeds in sour oranges than in regular oranges, so I like to remove some of them before squeezing the sour oranges. I used 4 sour oranges because the juice from 3 sour oranges wasn't enough. I knew I needed to get as close to the 350 milliliter line as possible to have enough juice to fill up the jar. You may need more or fewer sour oranges depending on the amount of juice you're able to squeeze out of them. I always pour the juice through a strainer to get rid of the pulp or any seeds. Now it's time to add salt to the sour orange juice. I used 3 teaspoons of salt. I added the salt 1 teaspoon at a time just to make sure it wasn't too salty. It really depends on the sour oranges. Sometimes they are green and harvested too early, and the taste differs depending on when they are harvested. Since we use sour oranges every day in Haitian cuisine, we buy whatever we find at the market. But the ones that I'm using today are perfect, and 3 teaspoons of salt was just right. Stir the salt into the sour orange juice until most of it dissolves. Now pour the mixture into the bowl that has the peppers and mix everything together. Then put everything in the jar. I let it sit out for 2 days and then I put it in the fridge. During those 2 days, everything must be completely covered in the sour orange juice. If the peppers or any of the ingredients are sticking out of the liquid, then they can go bad. I also put it out in the sun during those 2 days. Here in Haiti, a lot of people don't put this hot sauce in the fridge. You might notice the street food vendors with a bottle of Piman Bouk that never makes it to the fridge, especially the vendors selling boiled eggs. This is what it looks like 1 day later. This is what it looks like 2 days later. Now it's time to put it in the fridge. I keep mine going for months and months at a time. Whenever the sauce gets a little low, I revive it with the same ingredients. I feel like the older it is, the better it tastes, but after a few months, it reaches the point where you just need to make a new one. You can put Piman Bouk on anything that you would put hot sauce on. Let me know if you try this recipe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!